Finally, Season 4 is finally coming, and along with it means a new refresh of Modern Warfare and Warzone. After the delay, all was radio silent, and we didn't have any real communication here, but we finally have an answer as to when Season 4 will be coming, what you can expect with it, and when you can expect everything in terms of all the info out there available that we'll see for the content at hand. So today I want to break down all of that and keep you guys in the loop with absolutely everything you need to know, but as we go along, let me know your thoughts down below. Are you guys excited for Season 4 finally coming out? You're looking forward to anything in particular out of this content drop? Maybe a new map, maybe a new weapon, maybe a new operator? Let me know down in the comments below. But as well, if you are new to the channel and perhaps a part of that 72% of viewers who are not subscribed, do make sure to do so as we roll into Season 4, because there's going to be a ton of stuff to discuss in the upcoming days here as we break down absolutely everything new. So if you're interested in any of that, make sure you stick it here on the channel. But anyways, let's get right into it. So by normal standards, we actually would have already been a week into Season 4 by now. But last week we saw that season delayed indefinitely, and up until this point, no real communication of any kind that would allow players any sort of opportunity to expect the coming content, when they'd be able to see that. But today, just a few hours ago, we got an official announcement from Infinity Ward's Twitter that made the following statement. Intel incoming for Season 4, new Modern Warfare and Warzone content is live tonight, June 10th at 11 p.m. PDT. So there it is. The elusive date that we've been looking for Season 4 is tonight, June 10th, or in a lot of the places in the world, June 11th, but we'll be finally seeing that coming in just a few hours. It also matches up with the data mine challenges that had end dates of the 10th, but seemingly we just misinterpreted that, thinking that instead it would be last night into today, rather than just tonight into tomorrow, but still the 10th no less. So we have the confirmation of Season 4, but along with this, we actually also got the information from Communications Manager Ashton Williams that the Season 4 download is going to be large. In order to reduce the overall disk space that Modern Warfare and Warzone take up, we're compressing a bunch of assets. Once installed, the Season 4 launch will only take up an additional 4 gigabytes on consoles for all the new content. So this, I think, is actually rather cool to hear, especially given the history with Modern Warfare updates and now the meme that these updates have become, with each one being at minimum about 10 to 15 gigabytes each time. So I think that I read somewhere that the overall sizing of the game was actually now past 200 gigabytes, if I remember correctly, and I actually think that matches up with the PC install that I just had to do on my new rig about a month ago. When you consider how big the game already is, it is something that is absolutely massive, and players do have to delete a lot of stuff off their hard drives, perhaps because the current generation of consoles of Xbox One and PlayStation 4 don't have the best storage even at their best capacity, especially for games like this, so deleting stuff becomes problematic at that point. So with the announcement of this, that's hopefully a very good sign for the future that this problem does not persist, but also to only see this entire update be 4 gigs at the end of the day is pretty solid. But when we talk about big, how big are we actually talking? In terms of the rumored data sizes, a French gaming source that has been reputable in the past made claims that the downloads would be similar to the sizing as follows: 34.7 gigabytes on PlayStation 4, 48.9 gigabytes on Xbox One, 44.3 gigs on PC for free-to-play users, and 49.7 gigs on PC for premium users. Now, it's important to know that these are rumored file sizes. They're not 100% accurate because, well, you'll see for yourself later tonight, but you can expect these to be a close comparison to what you'll actually see once the update rolls out in a few hours this evening, and it is kind of as a fair assessment at a baseline level of what to expect. So when Ashton Williams says that this Season 4 download is going to be big, it actually is, but again, it all equals out in the end to being relatively smaller, just re-downloading assets and kind of overriding the game files already in place so that overall you can compress that sizing a little bit, and at the end of the day, it's not as big as it would be without this. And one thing that we of course have to remember whenever we're talking about downloads is that how quickly you can jump into the game depends on your internet speeds, but in the overall grand scheme of the file sizing, one thing to remember though is that you can actually delete packs that you don't use if the download is a little too large, or maybe you want to keep one of the games on there but you're getting pressed for space. You can actually delete these extra packs. As Ashton Williams also said, you can uninstall content packs from modes that you're not playing if you want to free up space. So while I haven't done this personally, it seems like we'll easily be able to then remove, say, Spec Ops if you don't play that, or maybe the campaign. Maybe you played the campaign already but you just don't really have use to keep it on there because you're not looking to play it again. So just a helpful little tip, but tonight is definitely the night. Now, I think it's safe to say that with all of 2020, nothing really seems to be as what we expected interested here because that's all we actually have in terms of Season 4. We don't have a trailer, we don't have a blog post or anything like we normally would, we don't have a roadmap just yet. That stuff all presumably is coming tomorrow, but we have the announcement that the season is actually going live tonight. All that content is in fact coming. It's just kind of launching standalone with not really much marketing leading up to it, which is kind of crazy to me to think about, but also I do see that there's a lot of interest here around it, so it's kind of selling itself. So while it is strange, that's kind of what we have right now. So again, as of tomorrow, when the actual game is already playable, I'd expect a trailer, I'd expect a blog post detailing it a little bit further. But again, at that point, we'll have everything already in our hands, and we'll probably even at that point already have video up live here on the channel about everything that actually did change. So you can keep it tuned to any of those locations, but the content will be coming later tonight, no less. And realistically, still, we don't really know all that much outside of the big key parts of what is coming here with Modern Warfare Season 4. Of course, we know that Price is coming, we know that the Galil, we know that the Vector is coming. If the leaks in the game files indicate anything else, the Vector is named the Fennec. The Galil might be the Galil, but we'll have to wait and see if that is name changed or not. Given that there is so many discrepancies with licensing, it wouldn't surprise me if there is a different name as opposed to just the Galil on this, but it'll be introduced here within the Battle Pass. We'll end up seeing at least the map of Scrapyard, though I'd expect a little bit more. I think recently in the game files, we ended up seeing that there was Broadcast and Gardens as other maps that we could end up seeing. There's probably going to be a Ground War map also. Right now, it's also rumored that we'll be getting a Barrett 50 cal look-alike, maybe even a remake here with this one called the Rytec AMR, maybe as a mid-season weapon. That's currently in the game files and looks to be right along the lines there also, which we may see confirmed tomorrow with a roadmap once that ends up coming out. So that'll be really cool here on top of the Galil, on top of the Vector. Two fan favorites already, but also seeing a third one added in would be incredible for Season 4 in terms of overall content and overall playability for what people would want to end up accomplishing with that, but that's something we can also maybe look out for. We know that we'll be seeing those things in the likes of the Mastery calling cards and those introductions here, which I'm actually pretty excited for, even though it may be just a smaller scale grind as opposed to other things like Damascus or Obsidian, and it may not be something that is as flashy as those two. I'm still excited for something new here to play around with. We know that we're going to be seeing at least some changes in some capacity to Warzone, likely expanding upon that Easter egg in the narrative that's in the back end here, hopefully giving us a little bit more in terms of an idea as to why there's a nuke in Bunker 11, maybe ending up seeing some more stuff in smaller shacks that open up around the map that maybe give us another hint towards 2020. There was that RCXD car that was found by Prison that could be a hint here with this. I really do, though, hope for some sort of either event or something that at least changes the map in some capacity. It's now almost been 3 months since Warzone launched, and we haven't had any changes here outside of, again, those bunkers opening up and then some smaller goat paths on hillsides and cliffsides that allow you to traverse geo a little bit easier. But other than that, we are literally still in just the second variation of the map. The second, again, only being for those changes we just mentioned. We haven't had a new POI. We haven't had any sort of thing that shakes up any major scale meta in terms of drop zones and loot areas, but that's something that maybe we end up seeing as well. We're probably going to get some new game modes coming along in that capacity, but for the time being, that's really all we have, and the confirmed stuff is really just from that small little teaser of the Story So Far trailer. So in that regard, we still are up in the air here, so this is still kind of a surprise launch in a lot of different ways, but I'm excited to see what comes along here with it. But before we wrap up this video, again, I just want to let you know that we are in now the final 12 hours or so here for whenever this will end up going live. So if you haven't completed your Season 3 stuff, jump on, grind it out here for one last ditch effort to get everything you need to. I myself, as a procrastinator, kind of now have come to the terms that even with an extra week, I'm still probably not going to get that Season 3 completionist emblem. I am just a little bit too far off here for that one. Need to complete a couple of more challenges that just don't seem likely in that time. But anyways, I think that's where we're going to wrap it up. That is where we're at here with Season 4. And again, tonight is going to be a big one. If you want to stay up, if you want to grind it out, by all means, go for it. But again, at least make sure that your consoles or your platforms are available to download the update so that when you get up in the morning or when you come home from work tomorrow, you can jump right into all the action and it's all installed right there for you. So make sure you do that. But Season 4 is upon us, my friends. I am incredibly excited here to jump in. I'm incredibly excited to check out the new stuff. We'll, of course, keep you up to date with everything you need to know about Season 4 and everything beyond. And also, we'll be streaming some stuff probably as of tomorrow and the next couple of days with a new season on my Twitch channel as well, if you guys want to check that out. But anyways, that is where we're going to wrap it up. So I would love to get your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of this year? Are you looking forward to anything in particular in Season 4? Anything that you guys really are hoping to see come out of what we don't know just yet? Anything that you're not really looking forward to? Whatever it is, feel free to let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare, updates, news, information, tips, tricks, all that good stuff. We got you covered on the channel. So if you don't want to miss any of that, make sure you hit that subscribe button to stick around for it all. Also, if you guys want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube. I live on both those. If you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. But all that said and out of the way, thank you guys all so much for watching. I'm incredibly excited for Season 4. Hopefully you guys are also. I'll see you guys in just a few short couple hours actually for an earlier upload, letting you know everything you need to about the update itself. But until then, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.